Hello and welcome to another vlog. Supposed to be down on the plot today, but it's raining again, and there's nothing more miserable than going to the plot in the absolute pouring rain. It's wet, there's not much you can do. You get full of mud, you feel miserable, and even though the temperature's gone up, it's not very good weather for turning the ground over or getting things done. Really, I mean, you're just dodging the rain, you know. So you spend most of the time either in the greenhouse or in the shed making a cup of tea. If you've got tea making facilities, that is. It's the last week of February, so this is probably our last February vlog. I hope you've been enjoying these vlogs. Each vlog is linked in some way, and this is the season, this is the time of year where you do really all your prep work, and if you can get out and do your prep work, then that's all good. If you can't get out, there's prep work you can do at home, and that includes sowing seedlings inside at this time of year, potting up tomatoes if you're growing them inside in like what we're doing in an aero garden, or other such jobs. Now today we had a delivery of some chicken manure. Big bag of chicken manure. It's nearly empty now, but this is a 20 kilo bag of chicken manure. This is, and it's by Vitax, and we've used them before. We've got them in smaller containers than this, and the small 8 kilogram containers cost around about £16 a go. So if you were to buy 2 of them at £16, that's £32. £32 for what is basically a load of shit. But it's very important. Chicken manure is very important, and it's a staple diet, annual diet of allotment gardening, and any gardening for that matter, because you can use this in pots. You can put a couple of handfuls in maturing plants if you're potting them on. Don't use them for seedlings. You don't use chicken manure in seed compost, or because seedlings, when you're sowing seeds, they've got enough nutrients in the seed themselves to grow, and this could overpower them. So I wouldn't recommend it for seedlings, but certainly for potting on thirsty plants, hungry plants, plants that are, for instance, flowers or vegetables. It's full of all the essential ingredients that your plants need to grow. Now, the way we used to get them in the past was like this, in 8 kilogram buckets, right? 8 kilogram buckets. basically go nowhere. If you've got an allotment, you've got a lot of land, you're putting handful of these in all the time. You're putting them in at various stages during the growing cycle. So that bucket would go absolutely nowhere, and more often than not you find yourself buying two or possibly three of these at £16 a pop, which is quite expensive. So this morning, these are full, by the way, and I'll tell you why they're full, because these we've saved from last year. We saved them from last year with the intention of using them this year, and so these are full of chicken manure. I'm not going to open them now because it's wet, so I don't want them getting wet. So it's important that if you buy chicken manure, you keep the content dry, because they will absorb moisture. And if you try to use them, because they're dry pelleted form, if you try to use them when they're wet or they've absorbed moisture, you'll find it coming out like a big block because it all sticks together, accumulates, you know, like crap does if it gets wet. So that's what we used to do. Now this year we had a delivery this morning, like I said, of this 20 kilograms, 20 kilos, which cost us online about £22. Now £22, you do the maths, right? Okay, these are 8 kilograms each, and two of them are 8 kilograms each, which is 16 kilograms. Is that right? Yeah, 15, something like that. Yeah, 16 kilograms. That's £32. That's £32 you've spent on 16 kilograms. Here you can get 20 kilograms for £22. So that's it basically. I'll just show you. It's important if you're using chicken manure to have gloves, by the way. That's what they look like. Chicken manure. It's like gold. The plants love it. They really do. And it's like it says on the back here. It's got various things that it says. It's good for lawns, by the way. If you've got grass, you can brush it in to your lawn. It's little plants. It breaks up the soil conditioning. If you've got clay soil, you can prepare seed beds with it, as long as you leave them it to break down a bit. You can prepare seed beds. Vegetables and fruits, a good handful top dressing for vegetables and fruits. Pot plants, you can put handfuls in a pot plant, and it would be great for flowering, for flowers, for roses. You can make a liquid feed out of it as well, so you can dissolve the pellets in water. So there's lots of things you can do with it. We love it, and I know for a fact that when we're growing potatoes, a handful of that into the soil before you put your potatoes in works wonders. And then you just keep feeding them as they go along. Chicken manure, we wouldn't be without it. So what I did is I made a little film, little home movie in the kitchen, because I can't do it outside because it's raining. So I made this little film to show you how I basically took this and put them in these buckets, because putting them in buckets like that, we can carry that down to the plot. A 20-litre bag of that is really awkward, so we can take one at a time and just carry it down to the plot. So I'll show you how I decanted this into these. And what you will definitely need are gloves when you are decanting it, because if you've got a compromised immune system, for instance, and you're being treated for an illness or anything, then you will need gloves, because this is, you're handling crap, you know, and you don't want anything on your skin that's like that. And I would say that for all of these manures, whether it's fish blood and bone or various other things you can get on the market, that's the way to go. And you'll need a trowel to scoop your pellets into these containers. Now it's important that you keep everything dry. So these were stored outside and they needed washing basically, so I washed them down and made sure they were absolutely dry inside before putting them in, because I don't want them to go into a damp environment. And in there they will store, because these are watertight and they're sealed, they will store for years basically. You could bring them out next year and they'll be fine. So yeah, you can just keep storing them. So I'll show you that video now, and there's no dialogue on it, so I might put some music on it, or I might put some sound of tweeting birds. So you can watch that now. Okay, well, I hope you found that of interest. I hope you found it interesting enough to keep on watching. So, yeah, there's lots to do this month before we get into March. Next week will be March, but we don't want to think about that now. We want to get this month out of the way. So I'll be doing another follow-up vlog to this, hopefully before the end of the month, and then we'll get into our March program of allotment tiering. So keep watching the channel and keep supporting us. Remember, all of these videos are in some way linked, because we'll be following it up where I'll be showing you how to use this chicken manure in various aspects of our growing season. You'll see this in use throughout the year if you keep watching, and also you know, the benefits that it brings to your plants, where you should use it and where also you shouldn't use it. There are certain plants that you shouldn't use manure on, and I'll be explaining that as well. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you again in the next vlog. Hope Catherine will be here somewhere on the plot. And if you like this video, then please give us a thumbs up, share on your social media feed, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications so you make sure you watch all the videos as they come up. And thanks for watching, getting this far down the line. See you next time. Bye.